if Eduardo and Marco can join, then they'll join. I think everyone has the agenda. Let me share my screen. I think I shared the right one. Cool. Awesome. All right. So first, I just want to let everyone know that this roadmap has been updated. It is difficult to see here, so jump in the Miro board with what we think is now a more realistic timeline for the hatch itself, looking at the end of April, the beginning of May, and then the Commons upgrade, kind of best case scenario, honestly, right here. So end of May, beginning of June. So just if everyone has that framing in their mind as we're doing other things. And we haven't updated the other working groups, as you guys know, and maybe we can do that as an exercise, or you can, if there is a specific large milestone that you want to add to the roadmap, jump in the Miro board and add it. All right, so some reminders: one issue, one assignee, and that is for really accountability. And I think it's even part of the transparency audit now. So do try to keep it to one issue, one assignee, or you'll get a lower score on your audits. The other thing is, like, let's try not to overload ourselves. So the last sprint that we just closed, we had a lot of issues that were still open and in progress. So let's take on just like a really few things this time. Anything that we're not sure we're going to complete, let's just leave it in the product backlog. And let's see if this little change will have results that we're happy with at the end. What else? Yeah, so 3 to 4 hours max, maybe even less. And really just top priorities, like they will 100% get done. Let's try to get everything done this sprint. So really take on very little. You can always do more in the product backlog over the sprint. Okay, I wanted to share some updates to the sprint board. So we now have this icebox. As I'm going through the product backlog, every sprint planning, there are things, anything that says ABC, anything that says CV, I've dropped it in the icebox. And the icebox column is essentially, you know, it's in the freezer. Like, we can look at it again in 2, 3, 4 sprints. We don't know, but it's definitely not like short term. So anything that has to do with the Commons upgrade, we can look at when we're planning the Commons upgrade. Feel free to use that icebox for anything in your working group that is something that you need to do, but you know you need to do it like a long time from now. And with that, I'm just going to close the icebox. Okay, so our planning session, let's first have a look and see. Hey, Santi, is there a reason these are in progress? I'm going to drop them in the backlog.
Yeah, just put them on the backlog. I was moving them this morning, so don't worry, just put them on the backlog.
Okay, cool. Sweet. Okay, so nothing's blocked or needs reviewing, so we'll move on. Now we're going to go through the next sprint. So let's start there. I tagged a bunch of stuff. I'm not sure about all of it, but I think that's why we're here, to talk about it. All right. I like going group by group. There'll be maybe some things that we need to just have one last look at, but why don't we start with Livia, are you ready to start? Hey, Marco, last time you had to jump off early. Do you need to jump off a little early tonight? Do you want us to get started with you?
Yeah, no, you can, yeah. I mean, I had to jump earlier, but you can start with Livia first. I have like at 7 p.m. I need to go out.
Okay, we'll do second then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Livia, shall we start with you and then we'll go straight to comms?
Sure.
So.
And thanks, Tim, for helping me out. I saw that you added some issues. That was very nice. Okay, so Discord roles and permissions. Yeah, I'm talking to Vivivai. So this is in progress. Hack session for the mission, vision, and values. Yeah, this was an old an old issue, I would just update the name and the details inside. But that's happening this issue. And then the incubator, I feel like, yeah, it's more like a maintenance thing. I feel like it started to pick up there, and that's related with the roles and perms. And then propose a written agreement. Yay, we can finally do this one.
Can you say what the incubator is?
Yeah, so every time someone joins the AMA call, we're sending them to the incubator. That is like, you're not quite ready to like hatch off your TEC experience. You're like not so ready for the wild. So you come to this incubator and we'll nurture you with all the information that you need. And if you have any questions, it's like a smaller group. It's not like broadcasted to the whole thing. And then all the links that we talked or the things we mentioned during the AMA call will be dropped in there and tag the people that came to the call.
But is the incubator like a space, a forum post, like what is like, or is a chat? Just to make clear.
It's a chat under onboarding. So there is start here and then right under incubator.
Oh, all right. Thank you.
And then SoftGov TNC TC hatch. Oh, this is ready. So closed.
Oh, nice. All right, do you have it open? Do you want to close it? Or
I just closed.
nice, great.
And then review of Gitbook. Where does it need help? Yeah, there's a few things. It's all like under control. People are contributing. And I feel like there's more things, but I don't know if under SoftGov.
Okay, should we check Livia?
I think I need to still like create the issues. Sorry, but there is I'll be helping Juan with gravity and there's also onboarding hatchers. So I'll just create the issues and add there.
You have that issue already. We'll go through it when we get to the hatching group, the hatch team though.
Oh, okay.
Those issues exist. Yeah. Oh, okay. Also there's this repeating. So all of these repeating are things that happen either every sprint, or I think we have nothing that happens every month in the TEC, or every week. And at the end of this, we'll just drag them all in, but you may have some things in here that happen. Nope, I'm not seeing them. Maybe it's not tagged next sprint. Oh. Let me see if I can find, no, okay. Let me look for that. Oh, you know what? It is my fault. I didn't do this. So now you guys are going to repeating. All right. So this is how the zombies come back to life. In the beginning of the sprint, anything that has the repeating tag on it, and that's been closed, which is a step I just missed, gets selected. Sorry, whoops, no, I want the ones here. No, see, sorry. Oh, sorry. Why can't I select this? Let me try by labels. It's super weird that I cannot just select these, and I usually can, so I'm gonna have to do it a different way today. ZenHub has been really cool about updating the product, but there are some things that are just different than I'm used to now. So this is the hatch outreach, and that will be like the reminder to do the hatch outreach on on the TC curate list, and also drop updates in there. And let me see if we have another one. Repeating sprint and repeating the SoftGov weekly calls, and then the demo speaker. Excellent. Awesome. Sweet. So we will go back to the product backlog and the sprint backlog. Okay, so then now if I try this again with SoftGov, we'll see some more things, Liv. Like the repeating task will bring me to the sprint backlog. And yeah, that's it, right? Next sprint. Okay, and these, I know they're source cred. Are these for this sprint? Data analysis for source cred praise system, and then making voting with token log for SoftGov?
The making voting with token log, yes, but I think it's already this mission vision values issue.
Oh, is it a dupe?
I don't know if the voting actually will be ready in this sprint, because
No,
I think Jake said, yeah.
No, it's working. We got that. That should be ready this sprint. And they're two different issues, because like Livia's doing one and Jake is doing the other, and he will get this done this sprint. It shouldn't be that.
Will we have it ready to vote on by the end of the sprint, though? Will we have enough proposed emissions values?
Jake's part, the technical part to make it ready, will be. Yes.
Okay.
Now, whether or not actually, so his thing should definitely be in this. The rest, I don't know. That's Olivia's call, but he needs. We will get that ready. We're very hot to trot on that. That should be ready this week.
Yeah, I'll make sure the rest is ready too.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I guess what I meant is like, people will have to take time to submit suggestions, and that part might not be done this sprint. I don't know how long that will take, right? For people to make their suggestions for the mission statements and such.
I'm doing mine this weekend.
Oh, all right. Okay. Let's put it in the sprint.
I made an issue for that. I don't know. Oh, well, I might have made it in the wrong repo. I might have made it in the other repo. I realized after I made a bunch of issues, I was in the.
Let's include it in here in case it's in there.
Yeah, I think it is. I think if you search mission, well, let me see. It is definitely. Let's see. Yeah, it's 535. Create a proposal for mission vision values, and this was like help wanted, and then also 536 is my specific issue for creating the mission vision values.
Cool.
But that one, I didn't know exactly how to do this, but I wanted to make it like an invitation, I guess.
Well, maybe this is sort of like for comms to publicize it, to invite people to, right? Is this a comms?
Yeah, maybe that's a good way to go.
Ask people in Discord, ask people in the forum.
Yeah,
we could.
I think it'll be really easy once we have a few up there.
Yeah, I'm thinking to make a forum post, and then comms can maybe just tweet that forum post.
So can we refine this and assign it to somebody, please? Like,
sure. Oh, go ahead, Livia.
Livia, you want to?
Yeah. So creating a proposal is just like Griff will do one. I'll do one. Whoever wants to do one can do one. And then there is a forum post to explain what we're doing. And then there is like distributing that and telling like people that we're doing that and reaching out to people in specific. And then there is setting up token log that Jake is going to do it.
Got it. So this one is really just soliciting proposals, like asking the community to propose.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
No, this one from Griff is creating a proposal. Like he will create one.
He has
Yeah,
one that's
so-
assigned to him. This is a second one.
Okay.
Yeah, I put this up there with like 4 contributors, help wanted, and like I think Zepp was saying that you were gonna make one too, and it was kind of like, oh hey, like here's an issue that can go in the 4 contributors
Oh,
category that
I see.
you could assign to yourself, or you could just copy.
Okay.
But that was my idea. It's not a good one. It's not a good idea.
We can try it.
We could even just close this issue. I just wanted it to be discussed here.
We can try it. I actually like that. Now that I understand it, I really like it. If you want to contribute, it is hard for somebody brand new to define our mission, though.
unless it's Sherman, or it's like a token engineer.
Yeah.
But a token engineer is not going to come to our GitHub and take and assign themselves an issue.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Just in case, who knows?
but maybe
Okay.
Zepp probably wants one of these issues.
I actually want to participate when it's all and doing my forks and stuff and play around. I think that's exciting.
Okay. All right, cool. And that's a nice segue to comms, because comms, can we have an issue that is like help solicit mission values from the community?
Well, I guess we can, right?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. We can have anything we want. The world is ours. All right. All right. Here's what we have in the backlog. Content distribution process. Do you want to talk about this a little bit too, since we're all on the call together here?
Nate is working on this one, so we'll just need to wait for his updates and see if there's anything blocking him or need some feedback or help.
Cool. And this is definitely being worked on in this sprint, right?
Yeah, it started last sprint. Basically, everything that we've been working on the last sprint, we're just copying to this sprint because we did not close any of issues. So yeah.
Well, let's take fewer this time. Let's take the ones we know we're going to get done. Otherwise, let's leave it in the product backlog.
Don't tell that to me. Anyway, just you can move the I think like most of the issues are like 85% done, and like the ones that were previously in the previous sprint. So basically everything around the onboarding video, all the hatch content, so just needs the final edits and needs distribution. So I assume like once the final edits are done and Nate figures out the distribution process, I mean, those will be closed like, I don't know, like mid next week or something like that.
So this video to propose params, this one is...
Oh, this one is Jake's. I asked him, so you can. It's a new one, so yeah, you can put that in the backlog. Yeah.
Okay. And I'm sorry, you mentioned a bunch, but I'm going to have time finding them like that. Is it okay if we do them more one by one? Yeah.
So go with you can update it. Yeah, this one. So Eduardo is already. I mean, he already wrote that. I think it just need updated once it's approved or final edits are done.
Yeah, regarding this one, I already spoke to Nate for the distribution and coordination, so I'm just waiting for him.
Exactly.
For his feedback. So yeah, this is only to be modified or adapted. Like the only thing that is missing is to have all the pieces aligned and then distributed. Once that's done, which is not even a hack session work, it's something that could be done quite fast. They should be done. So I guess as Marco said, by next week, it should be done.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, all the hatch content pieces by Eduardo, I think they're like.
So this piece is still going through editing. Griff is going to do a final edit on it before we do distribution, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. before, and yeah, I guess we just don't. The distribution process is like where this goes to the. Oh, this does go to the forum. Okay. All right. Cool. All right, and Griff, you think you can do that? The sprint. All right. Oh, I should drop that in.
I was hoping to do it last night, but I couldn't get to it.
Awesome. Okay, the Discord onboarding metrics.
I don't know. I reached out to VVV, but I did not get any response yet. So still waiting. I mean, that's kind of in progress. So
I think we need to tell him exactly what to do.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for a response there, and then we'll see. I mean, some of the stuff has already been done, I think, but yeah.
Do you want to take that on, Marco, or do you want to pass that on? I can take it too if you'd like.
What would you like to do there? I mean, you already provided some feedback.
Yeah, like comment in this and have a quick call with ViViV and make sure that it all makes sense.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, if you want.
Okay, cool.
Want is a tough word, but I really want. I want it to. I care too much, I guess, is the real problem.
Okay, onboarding community-wide video.
Yeah, that's Mano is working on this one, actually. So I mean, this is in progress, so you can move it in the sprint.
Well, we're not going to finish in this sprint, so we leave it, right?
It should have been done this sprint, so move it to
Yeah,
the
I think it would be done this spring because the hard part was recording the videos and getting everyone recorded, and that was already done, if I'm not wrong. So
cool. And the SEO keywords.
Yeah, it's in progress. Nate is working on that one as well.
The sprint?
Yeah.
Okay. Make an open list of token engineers and TE projects. Does anyone know where we are with this?
Yeah, in progress. By I think, yeah, today Mano said he will probably have something to share. If not today, then like early next week. So
is the curate sheet not the list of token engineers? Or
sorry, I didn't get a question.
There's that TEC curate sheet that Tam uses and Eduardo uses for the Hatcher outreach. Is that? I mean, I guess it's a start, or what?
I don't know where he's at. He got some guidance or instructions where to look for, and so he's putting that list together. I think he's reaching out to people and communities and servers that are out there. So,
can I ask?
I think the idea was like, hey, go to the CAD groups. Hey, go to this place. Hey, go to this place, and find all the people you can find. And then probably what we'll want to do at the end is have like a merge and dedupe from that.
Is he aware of the TEC rate, just in case, so he doesn't do double work? Just
can we link that in the issue?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Crap, what was the name of it? Eduardo, would you mind? I don't know if you're in front of your computer. Would you mind doing that so we move on? Just dropping it in the comments.
Sure.
Great. Onboarding community-wide video.
Yeah, that's in progress. I mean, there's a list. I mean, a couple of people still have to interview, but basically, yeah, it's in progress.
Okay, cool. All right. How to become a Hatcher forum blog post. Is that the same as the last thing?
Similar. It's already done. I think all the Hatch content pieces are.
Is this the same piece? Is this the same piece for the forum?
Yeah, one was for, let's say, this one was for writing it. The other one was for distributing it.
Oh, got it. Okay. So then we can close one of these and the other, we'll just leave the other one open, right?
Yep.
Okay. Open for review. Okay. Do you happen to remember the issue number?
Let me look at it.
Okay. Thanks. I like to put in the number of the dupe when we are closed up.
Yeah, 419.
Okay. Okay, awesome. TEC visual, beautiful stock and flow diagram of the DAO.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, Marco. On this one, it's similar. We are waiting for Manu to. This was the first task, I think, the first one that he to picked, and it was outsourced to his producer or someone on his side. And by, I guess, today or Monday, we should know. We had a deadline of a week and a half, and that deadline gets fulfilled on Tuesday. So we will know about it.
Okay. Should we pass this to Manu then, or are
That's assigned to him, if I'm not wrong.
I think it's assigned. Yeah, it's assigned to you right now.
Yeah, because I'm coordinating with him. So yeah.
Okay. And do you think it goes in the sprint?
It's already in progress, so it should be in this sprint anyway.
Okay. Will it get completed in the sprint, or do we leave it in the product backlog?
Well, hopefully it gets completed based on what Edu's saying.
Yeah, it needs to be completed on this week. Otherwise, we will lose track of a momentum of this.
Okay. Distribution for Mitch's new piece?
Yeah, I think like once Nate is done with the distribution process, setting that up, I think this one can go.
Cool. You want to own it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And maybe you pass it to Nate or whatever ends up being the resolution to the process.
Well, I guess so, yeah.
And maybe we just find where we want, like maybe we just, it goes to the forum now, right? Maybe we just post it to the forum now. I think it's a ready piece. And then it doesn't have to wait necessarily for the distribution process to be finalized.
Yeah, hold on, I have someone on the door, so.
Okay. All right. Oh, there's another one, how to become a hatcher.
Yeah, he opened that one for me, I think, if I'm not wrong. Oh, no. That was
the third one. Okay. All right. We have three tracking that. You're well tracked. That piece is a very well tracked piece. How to become a hatcher. So 419. So maybe we leave that as the one, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Okay. So
They all should belong to. They all should be linked to the distribution issue.
Let's see, what am I doing there?
Sorry, here I am.
It's okay. We found there's just a third issue for the distribution. Oh no, this is Mitch's piece. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Now I'm confused. This was okay. Let me cancel this. This is distribute Mitch's new piece. Okay. So that wasn't a second one, actually, was it? Oh wait, distribute how to become a hatcher. Is the same as 419, right?
I don't think it's exactly the same because Eduardo had multiple pieces over there. So
okay, well,
all of those who are, yeah, sorry, all of those who are, these are done and they're just waiting either final edits and distribution. That's all. So whoever is going to do the editing or reviewing, and then once Nate is done with the distribution process, it just goes in there. Right.
They can probably even go out before the process is finalized, but yeah. Yeah. Create custom badge names for discourse?
I don't know. I just asked someone to give feedback whether they're interested to support this one. I don't think it's like the highest priority, so I don't want to put it there this sprint.
Cool. All right, then that's it. Anything else?
Yeah, we are throwing a lot of work to Manu. Just we may need to check on him if we are not overboard him, overboarding him with issues.
Wait a minute. Did I put this one? So this one is Manu. Oh, and he wasn't in GitHub when this was Matt. And he is now. Got it. Excellent. Yeah, good point, Eduardo. Okay. Awesome. All right. Anything else? Or we move to the next one?
Hold on a second. Let me just check something.
Yeah, sometimes it helps to go back. Add CS videos. Okay, let's go through the repeating. Let's see if there's anything for comms in here.
What about, did you put a review of Sherman's TEC blog?
That's in here.
It's already in the sprint?
Yeah, no, it's not in this sprint yet. Should it go in this sprint?
Well, there's labor next sprint, and I think Jess is assigned to this one, so.
I would say let's check up on where it is, but leave it in the product backlog since we can't commit it. It'll be done in the sprint.
Oh, yeah, and I forgot one more. HubSpot integration in WordPress is not working, and so Christopher is taking on this one. I forgot to add a label. It's the issue 526.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So he got a WordPress access, and he said he will take this on and work on this one. So I assume like this will be done. I'm caught up with him. And one more thing, let me see here. All right, that's all.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks. Santi, should we do legal?
Sure. Okay. Now as I told you last week, yesterday, I think, we are running into some issues that are going to take a few weeks, okay, and maybe more than one sprint, as we are finished with all the critical to hatch. Although there's some critical issues, there are 4 which holds.
Santi, your audio is breaking.
Do you hear me?
I heard that there's going to be some critical issues that'll take more than one sprint, and I did not hear anything after.
No, that they are not. Everything critical to hatch is already covered. Okay. Now, although there's some issues there that have the critical to hatch sign, they are not critical to hatch at all, and they're gonna take us a few. Some of them may take us more than one sprint. All right. We've started to work on the hatch DAO proposal terms. No, the hatch DAO proposal terms is finished.
This is done.
Let me check. Hatch DAO proposal terms. Yeah, that's done.
Yeah, I would agree it's done. It is something that after the hatch parameters have been decided, we just need to update it, but I think that can just be a different issue. Update it, PDF it, all those things.
Yeah.
After hatch params, okay.
Yeah, continuing on that is basically blocked by the hatch decisions, like the token log results.
Cool. All right, it's closed.
Now we have let me see, integrated legal docs into Gitbook. We almost done with that, 509. We did a final review today, and I'm gonna go over it during the weekend, and Sean also, but it's gonna be ending on next sprint for sure. And the GitHub, I just don't know if we could close that. I opened that up a few weeks ago. I created the base document based on on Aragon A and J document, but I don't know if I know that the guys from SoftGov, Livia wanted to review that, but that's been there for quite a while. I don't know. We should talk to her and see if we want to do something with that document and finish it, or just leave it as it is, or freeze it for a while, or what do we need to do with that?
I think I looked at it, but yeah, I should look at it again. I think we did kind of like the boundaries as we were doing for all the others, the agreements.
Do you want, Libby, do you want us to review with Sean and maybe get his insight on that on next week meeting? Because we haven't talked with him about that.
Why is it again that we need to have a legal document for GitHub? It's just to protect like code and stuff.
I guess.
It doesn't need to be a legal document. It's just that we need terms and conditions for GitHub. Like we need to set expectations
to use for the user, to put the stuff there and to
like do I mean, this is very common in all of these systems where it's like, oh, I own my code if I do something in GitHub, and we just need to standardize people's rights within their ownership of the code and what our use case is, like how we can use it. This is just like it is sort of legal, but at the same time it's also more cultural, but legal should look at it.
I'm just gonna talk about it with Sean, and we will see how we can finish that issue with putting it onto the discussion.
Does that issue have a link to Aragon's code of conduct?
No, yeah. I created the document, and it's not there. I should have to review it. Do you remember the link where that document is? Because I grabbed the document from Aragon and I created a new one out of that one.
Yeah, it's on Gitbook. I can put it in there in the issue.
Okay. Because then we can go over it on next legal meeting.
Yeah, it's on GitHub. That's cool. Or Gitbook, I mean. Okay.
Perfect.
Cool.
And then we can create 2 new ones.
Okay.
That we were discussing on today's meeting. One is going to be the praise distribution terms. You can call it that way. Or praise/source cred distribution terms. Okay, and finally, we're gonna start working on the proposal terms.
Is this one for this sprint or no? Or this is just we're adding them to the product backlog, but are they going to be completed this sprint?
We're gonna start working on this sprint. We may not end on this sprint because there's several issues that they are not critical for the sprint, as I told you, but we're gonna start working on them. And this is one of them. We may end this one because this is not too tough, but on today's meeting, initially it didn't seem that much of an issue, but we may have to give it some more thoughts, but we're going to start working on those. And we're also going to start working on the proposal terms.
Okay. I'm just going to say start work on in this sprint. We can commit to starting to work on it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, they're in the sprint. And let me just, while I have you, do a quick check by what else is assigned to you that might not be in legal. Okay, good. Okay, the data analysis for source cred and praise for source cred. Are these issues
that's the one we just created. The praise for source. Well, we could consider that the same that we just created. We could merge those two.
Well, can I just delete this one, or this one probably has some history to it? This has a bunch of stuff in it.
Yeah, just leave it there. Yeah, leave it there.
Okay, so I'm going to close this one. source code distribution terms.
Yeah.
Are these the same or different?
No, don't close it. No, don't. No, they are different. They are different because this is the system and the other one is the legal terms. So just leave it there.
Awesome. And data analysis, I know you're working on this with the other Santi.
Yeah, I'm working with this with Santiago, but we are putting this on hold until we have the panel for the source code ready. So there's like two tasks or two issues there: the data analysis and charting or the board. We're working on the board right now.
Okay, cool. All right. Does that wrap it up for legal, or is there anything else?
Yeah, I think it does. I know that Zepti is gonna add the audit when he goes on his turn, but that's just about it from legal.
And Santi, you're up. I mean, Zepti, you're up. Thank you, Santi.
Thanks to you.
Yeah, on transparency, this sprint we will be doing the legal and Paramms audit. I've been talking with Santi and Jake, and they both ready to make it this sprint. And I mean I couldn't speak with Ivy today, and if there's something else we can add, my focus for this sprint would be do these two audits, and I should think with Ivy if something else we need to add. But definitely these two things are going to be happening this spring. And
this Medium article, you guys are just waiting for someone to do review of it?
Yeah. It's almost done. It should be done this last spring, but we just need some reviewing. So it's going to be done this spring for sure.
Cool. All right, excellent. All right. Shall we do Juan Carlos and the gravity?
Okay, Tam, I was just creating some new issues because from yesterday's meeting, like new issues for gravity. And like one of them is like to outreach one hive, and Chuy mentioned that they were having several conflicts in pollen distribution, so that it could be good if maybe a graviton approach, and I can do it, but my knowledge of one hive is very small, so I can like appreciate all support from other gravitons or anyone interested to do so, to like gather information, apply our method to help this community test our methodologies, and also like gain legitimacy within the ecosystem. So I think that is something that we can do this sprint. And maybe for this moment it's an issue that I have assigned, but I would love if I receive support from others in doing this. So I think that we can have this in the sprint backlog.
Oh, okay, fantastic. And prepare gravity presentation for MetaFest. That must be this sprint, right?
Yes. They told me that it was scheduled for Wednesday, and it's I think at 1 p.m. EST, 7 p.m. CET. So those two things. Also, I want to make 3 new issues, but I haven't written them yet in the board, but I have them like mapped. That one is making a survey. Maybe this is not like for the next sprint, but it's like for the new roadmap that Gravity is designing, is to make a survey to identify what are the needs of DAOs in relation to conflict management. Like why people might not feel comfortable reaching out to Gravity and how it's easier to participate. And I think that the result of that survey could help us to better define our offer of services and where to focus our intentions, our attention. The other one is to define the management in gravity. For this, I am reaching to Santi and to Gadas, because I think that I have like a methodology that is built of a lot of inputs from several places, but maybe it would be really good if we can make a graph or like a step-by-step guide for the gravity process, and like for making that any graviton can follow the same like process in all of the cases, so that we can like have our stand mark of gravity. And the other thing is to develop relationship with other potential partners and clients. And for that, I have requested help from Livy and from Jess with that. So yeah, I think that those are 3 issues that I have to make, and maybe I don't think they will be for this next sprint, but they will be added for the roadmap that is like for 3 months, that I am trying to align it with the transparency audits, so that with each transparency audit we can also like audit one roadmap of gravity. And
they all sound really cool, actually. And I love that. I mean, I think it's really commendable that we're being invited, or like we're being asked to help other groups with the graviton training and conflict resolution there too. But for the purpose of the sprint planning, I would say awesome, make those issues. Maybe if you're going to start working on them, then make that piece of work that you put in the issue achievable for this sprint. So it might be to draft something, but or this one is great to reach out to OneHive and not really necessarily have the conclusion at the end. And when you do them, I mean, if you think that they will be in the sprint backlog, then go ahead and add them in there. I understand they're just not ready yet. It takes time. But for the ones that are in the product backlog already, the offboarding process for working groups, I sent you a note. We have this defined in the community stewards for the community stewards, but I don't know if you want something specifically for the gravity working group. So I left it open.
Not only for the gravity working, but maybe like having a piece or in the forum or where people can relate to, and have like a step-by-step guide of how to offboard from any working group. Like maybe to say like, hey, if you have any assignment or any task assigned to you and you want to offboard, or you have to take like a break or something, please, before offboarding, try to reach out to someone who you can delegate the task that you are pending, or like please communicate to the steward of your working group, so that like those kind of things. I think that it would be really good to make a forum post. I can do that this sprint.
Can I suggest something just quickly? Wouldn't it be nice to have the same way when you have a dispute or you apply to the gravity submission form? Shouldn't we have something like that where people can just say, hey, I'm gonna go away, whatever, and then another like blank paragraph where people can just put the links to their issues that are assigned to them, or the ones that they cannot take care of, and they just submit it to gravity, and then it can be took from there rather than a forum post or somewhere else public, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. I was also in updating the gravity type form, because it's a little bit outdated, like the terminology, and I think it's really great if we can have like an option in the type form that is just like, hey, I am overloaded, or offboard, or I want to take a break, and then we can help that people.
I want to pull back from solving the problem here. This is just to plan the work, not to do the work. Okay, so I'm going to say, if it's okay with you, I will just leave it in the product backlog. It sounds like you have an idea of how you want to take a next step with that. Can I ask you just to update it so that it's clear to everyone what the next step will be? And we leave it in the product backlog. And if you do it, great. But if you don't get to do that because you're doing other work, reaching out to OneHive, it's always something we can do later. It'll just stay in the product backlog until you're ready to pick it up. And then the parameters for conflict managing group, is this?
Yeah, that is what I was trying to, like a new roadmap. And yeah, I think that I can also update that one.
Awesome. Perfect. And then is there anything else from Gravity that we need to pull into this sprint?
Well, maybe it's just something that I wanted to say publicly, and is that I asked Ivy and Seb if there is like no inconvenience in publishing the list of gravitons in the transparency Medium post. So if there is like any objection or something, I am like open to anything.
Okay.
I was talking about that with Ivy, and yeah, the thing is, like, we don't know how to connect it, but yeah, if you propose an idea how to connect it and make sense with the article, yeah, sure, no problem.
Cool. Yeah, and we can check in the stewards meeting. We can have a check there. We can have a check with the Gravity group. Actually, maybe the Gravity group would, like in the Gravity working group, weekly sync would be the right place to ask that question, since most of the gravitrons are there too. Yeah. All right, should we go to Hatch Outreach? So what have we got here? Backlog. And then a bunch of repeating. Okay, so I'm going to pull in all of the Jake outreach. Why does not everything have the sprint? Hold on. So why does this one say Hatch outreach? Sorry, this one shouldn't. Okay. Get 10 new soft commits from big CSTK holders. Griff, do you want us to keep this in the sprint?
I don't think it's necessary now because we have unloaded a lot of work from him.
Yeah, you know, I don't think I've ever even gotten 6. I think I got 5 one.
The first time you got about 7 or 8.
Shall we keep it as a reminder? Is it useful to you? Or if it's not useful to you, would you like
let's just edit it to 5 so that it's something I can actually succeed at. I really wish. I'm sad. I was thinking 1 a day every day was why I put 10. But it's never gonna happen.
And everyone that's doing their Hatch outreach, I should have one too. I don't know why mine is not in there. I'll look for that later though. Okay, and the Hatch outreach working group continue FAQ based on the feedback from onboarding active community members. This one is done, right?
Yep.
It's in the Git book. I mean, I think it's of course something that people can always do, but
yeah, but for me, it's to just leave on the main description. If any update or any new question that is not there, it's localized or seen, just write to and just link to whoever it needs to be written or send the question to.
I didn't exactly follow that. You mean like if there's new things, should funnel them towards the Git book to have answers and be published on the FAQ, right?
Yeah, like in the description of the issue to just add if you find new questions or things that are not answered in FAQ, please send to, and then the link whoever.
Do you think that's something we handle within the Hatcher outreach working group ourselves now that we have the whole process in place? Do you think we need to keep this issue open and assign to Griff? I feel like we've done this. Like he's done the work of doing the refinement, and now we close this issue. And adding to the FAQ as we get new questions is sort of something that we take upon as the Hatch team, right?
Would you like to have a new issue for just as a reminder of having every sprint the FAQ updated and checked? Not only because make new questions, but if anything changes on the hatch or whatever thing, we need to have a reminder. I think, and this is a perception, that we need to check the Git book every amount of time. Maybe not every sprint, but every certain amount of time, we should check that everything there it's still up to date.
Sure. Sure. If you think that's helpful to have like a repeating task to just check the FAQ. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, but that's it.
Okay. And who do you want to, who's taking that on? Is that something that you want to take on, or you think somebody else in the Hatch outreach team can take on? For me, it's sort of just like part of the process. Like as we're getting you questions, you check the, you know, the FAQ, and we might open an issue to update it if we see a discrepancy. But if maybe it does make sense that there's one person who's dedicated to like ensuring the integrity of the Hatch FAQ.
Yeah, I can take on that.
Okay. Do you mind if I ask you to open the issue yourself right now if you're in front of your computer? Okay. Sure. And then we have the storyboard for onboarding video, Hatch app.
Tam.
Yeah.
I just jump in here because I was chatting Mano with this one, and he was supposed to do this one as well. He told me basically a subset of the first onboarding video that he will be doing. So he's like confident to create this one as well.
He's confident this one will be this sprint as well.
Yeah.
Sweet. Thanks for that update. Okay.
All right. No worries. Oh, and by the way, I have to drop the call. Sorry.
Bye. Enjoy your evening with your family and enjoy the weekend.
Thanks, everybody.
See you next
Thanks. Thanks. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Okay, cool. What I'm not seeing here is all our proposal stuff. Where is that? I have this one here because I think I asked Livia. Wait, why is this one here? I asked Livia if I can help do this with her, actually, because I have an interest in reaching out to them about a different subject. But where are the other proposals? Where do I find them? How did I lose that?
There were. I'm seeing them on my. Yeah, I'm seeing them on my Send Hub. I don't know why it doesn't show up for you.
You're seeing them with next sprint tagged. Maybe I didn't tag. Maybe I didn't tag them next sprint, or they weren't tagged next sprint.
Sorry, I didn't tag them next sprint. Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's do this one. Okay,
there is a reason for that. I will froze. I mean, not froze. I will like. I don't know how you say that. I will let it rest some of this, and then take on the list of the Gitcoin grants and so on. So that's why I didn't put them on for next sprint, except for the ones that are already labeled for that, mainly because all of them has been contacted or reached and they didn't, you know what I mean? I don't know if I'm making sense, sorry.
Yeah. I think what we need for this is sort of like the issue that's like, get the organization around how we're, like the strategy for how we're doing for, is that, I feel like that's the piece of work that has to happen first, right? Like we have a bunch of people that we've reached out to, and if they're not gonna do, if they don't want to submit, we just close these. You know, we don't have to keep them open and keep bothering people. It's okay if they don't want to submit a proposal, but we should probably have some like what are the clear next steps for proposals? And as you mentioned, it's the list that you've created for the Gitcoin grant. Oh, the Gitcoin grants that Grip sent.
Yeah.
And starting to reach out to those people. Yeah. So maybe it's just sort of like.
Yeah.
I think what we're missing is a forum post that we can send to the people that we're asking to submit proposals. And the one Jazz wrote serves part of this purpose, but doesn't explain exactly how to do it. So I think we just need another one on like really simple steps on how to submit your proposal and put in there all the disclaimers and that it should go to advice process and all that. And then we just send those 2 blog posts to people.
Question, Libby, you mean about writing the proposal, or you mean another aspects besides writing it?
Yeah, just like, why are we requesting proposals now before the hatch? I think this is still a bit confusing. Because we're like, oh, why having proposals if conviction voting is not even up? And then we have just a description of like the rationale behind it.
Okay, I think that should be done, but also that small description should be added as invisible at the bottom, at the top of when you create a new proposal, so people can see it at the moment they are creating the proposal in the forum.
If they don't get that far, they won't see it.
Yeah, exactly. I know, that's why I'm saying also besides the post.
Oh, okay, as well. Yeah. Okay, can we move this conversation about how we move forward to the Hatch Outreach Working Group, maybe? But just say, I don't know, Eduardo, were you willing to like champion like the strategy for proposals, for how we get you proposals and collate all the lists that we have and start assigning them to people and having people reach out and make appointments and this kind of stuff?
Yeah, I think that since the Hatcher section it's already rolling on its own in a way, I can take this for this sprint and then focus on the proposals and then probably do a similar pattern that we did with the Hatchers. Once it is more autonomous or organized, and it's passed it on to someone else or to other people who also can help onboarding proposals.
Yeah, it's a good pattern to follow, actually. That's a good idea.
Alrighty.
Okay, so we won't put any proposals in. We'll just like pull the champion into this sprint.
Yep, that makes sense.
Cool. Okay, and then sorry if you didn't see it, but like Livia, your hand is in here. So let me just see one thing. Okay, and we're still pulling in Juan Carlos, Craig, and Ivy, and that's just to keep in the back of our minds.
Yeah.
All right, great. So now we are doing, and Jake is in here. Oh, Jake, hi, Jake. I didn't see you come in.
Yeah, hi. I will just, if it's okay, because I picked out like 5 more people to reach out to. There was like 2 of them for sure that I thought I could take Ivy with me. As long as it works for her. I got to get them figured out. It's all going to be on a time zone that I'm on with them, and that I think she can jump in and, our early morning be her evening. I think we can make that work. So I just want you to know that I was going to go ahead and try and do that this coming week.
Yeah, I was hoping everyone could shadow Griff, but Griff's time is just it's hard to get. So I think everyone just starts shadowing everyone as we can.
Well, and the other thing too is her time zones is just really tough. It's really tough.
Yeah.
Okay.
You ready to do params?
Yeah, we can do params.
Okay. Okay, I got validate dashboard with the newest deployment. You probably have a bunch of stuff in this icebox. Oh, I didn't do next sprint. Sorry. All right. Jake, I think you would have missed the beginning where I said we have this icebox pipeline, and a lot of this matters specifically to you because everything that has bonding curve or conviction voting is in this pipeline. It's the pipeline for, hey, we're not going to look at this for another 2 to 3 sprints. So we don't even need it on our radar, right?
I moved some stuff out of it, though.
Okay. Good. Excellent. What did you move out of it, Griff?
I know the forum post for CV's min effective supply. That should be assigned to me, and I need to do it.
Okay, we can get that to Griff, and I will make sure he does it. We also have in my product backlog, encourage people to create their own parameter proposals for the actual Hatch DAO. And that has nothing to do with the upgrade. And because I got to start on the video and we're having the forum post made on the step-by-step how to do that, that should be moved over too.
We have that and the draft how to propose TEC hatch DAO params forum post.
That's already in the works, so that's in progress.
Okay.
So we can move all of that.
So the CV min effective supply, Griff, that's going to you. Okay. And freedoms, sorry, Jake.
That's
And
okay.
and Jake will make sure it gets done. Awesome. Okay.
And the validate the dashboard is definitely going to happen.
Yes.
Vitor and Sem are working on it. I don't think that we will get I hope we get 174 done, but I wouldn't put in the sprint, but 228 we will get done. We will have the scenarios and metrics within the next 2 weeks. We'll have that.
174 is actually to YGG, but yeah, right, mapping specs that match the ABC and CV Solidity contracts, and they're already doing, yeah. So like Griff said, that should be done too.
Nice. Excellent. And is there anything else, or I'm going to look for all the next sprints that we might not have seen. Data analysis software. Open.
I'm going to go through the sprint backlog.
Yeah. Can you just sort by TEC params and next? I think that's everything, just params.
We do have the pick scenarios and metrics for the Commons upgrade. I mean, Griff, after Sunday, shouldn't we have that ready?
Yeah, there's one. I'm surprised it's not showing up. I guess it's in the comments. But there's a couple blockers from talking with the Commons forum that are blocking it from being done, but I hope it will.
Okay. Well, coordination 288, I think we can have that done too, because we're already really, really close.
I don't even see that. Can you give me?
It's in the sprint backlog 288.
Okay, cool. And then we have these forum posts, disputable voting. They're not tagged next sprint, so we didn't see them before. I don't know if you guys want to discuss those.
Well, he's already gotten some of those done.
Oh, really?
No, we closed everything he did. Those are still parameters that he's got to define.
Cool. All right. Excellent. Is that it with TEC params?
I'm just quick going through this backlog, but
the big thing is the dashboard should get out. So the dashboard should be done. It's not an issue, but that's the coolest thing. The dashboard will be done this sprint, and we'll be getting people to play with it.
So there's also in the backlog, there's 285. Encourage people to vote with token log on the actual hatch DAO. Mm-hmm. I have to have that too. It goes along with everything else. But that's kind of a repeating. That's a repeating issue.
I hope that we can get it done, but I wouldn't commit to it. I could see it not happening, man.
Well, I just was thinking it was more of kind of repeating thing, because it's not like token log's just going to be with the hatch DAO, but it's just going to keep on going. So, I mean, either we add that other label to it or just move it so we understand it's an occurring issue.
What does it look like?
Well, outside of me, like once we have a step-by-step process, which we're really close to with a forum post, and then I have to make a video showing it, then it's just kind of comms in a sense, making sure people continue to read it, watch the video, maybe even help people go through it. I mean,
yeah,
it's a comms thing.
So there's like there's all the content that needs to be created, right? And then there's we got to get people to use the dashboard to propose parameters, and then we got to get people to use token log to vote on those parameters. And I think that having the proposal parameters as our we can get people to propose parameters being our stretch goal, and then next sprint, hopefully we can be pushing people to vote, but just putting our effort into getting people to propose.
Also,
the starter.
Also, with this, there is in the sprint backlog, issue 524, and that is a new one using token log with SoftGov, and that's kind of a precursor to get people involved in this whole how to use token log and getting them into it. And that I should be able to have at least this issue 524. I'll have that done because I got to talk with Wesley, and then we'll get the new repo up and the label, and I'll work with Livia, and we'll get all of that because we decided we'll do it all in one shot and not separate individual ones, and that should be done too.
Yeah, that one looks really exciting. That one I'm pretty excited about. Cool. All right. I think.
And I think I think that's good.
Yeah.
Can we do Common Swarm next?
We can. And then I just want to go and look through because there's a few things that didn't fit into any sprint, like all the swag stuff that I want to go through because I know Jake has an issue that I assigned to him for that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, let's just finish Common Swarm. I don't think there's a lot of stuff here, right?
No, but I did want to make sure to mention some of it.
Yeah, awesome.
So one of the big things that I need to have a debate with Sem is whether or not we use the reserve ratio parameter or we actually have people choose the open price, and as opposed to like they'll see what choosing the open price does to the bonding curve, but like that's what they'll be choosing as opposed to, and I think it'll be really cool because basically people will be choosing the price but there's a lot of technical background. So that's like a big decision that we need to make. That's blocking a lot of things.
Griff, could there be like a choice, like a few choices for open price, and then people just pick kind of from that, and like kind of just give them a couple of variables?
Well, they would say, do we want it to be 15 cents or 20 cents?
Right.
I mean, I assume they could type it in if they want to adjust it and tweak it. I don't know about multiple choice for it.
Well, I don't mean but yeah. I don't want it to do like this big array of. I'm just thinking of Vitor. I'm just kind of like thinking about how to actually this thing ends up later on. If there's just a few to pick from, then building the charts and everything else makes that easier.
Can we pull out of solving it in this?
Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
The other big thing is like they're writing the tests right now. I believe in our ability to deploy the Commons upgrade and demo it, but I don't want it in the product. I want it in product backlog.
Okay.
I don't want to overcook. Freezing the goddamn hatch is happening. No, that is.
It's
happening.
already in the fridge. It's in there.
Yeah, exactly. Do we have any new issues over there? Okay, cool. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's just go through. Okay, so now we pull in all the repeating, quick preview. Okay, so this is Ivy. Jake dishing IH tokens every week, and Ivy. We pull all of these.
Jake, are we gonna do you want to do the IH token audit this week?
I would love to do the audit. I would love that's a hack between you and me for an hour or two.
Maybe we'll try to do it this Sunday during our Paramms call.
I know, because we're going to be pretty. I mean, maybe we can. I'm not going to say no. Maybe we can, but it's going to be a lot. We're going to need to be there in response for all of the R&D we have to do for the parameters.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
This is one of our evening sessions.
Okay.
Yeah, you're throwing it in, Griff. The audit. Are you throwing the issue in?
Okay. Yeah, I'll throw it in.
Okay. So we are going to do a similar thing for the TEC that we did with the CS Love and the Swiss membership, is have like a special Hatch token and a special Hatch t-shirt. So that is getting off the ground this week. The dev that we have that's working on it is super focused on a really cool project called Doing Good, and was sidelined last sprint with like the Gitcoin grant work and other work to get it off the ground. But he should have time this sprint, and I think we can probably get it out this sprint. But I'm gonna commit to it because I think we can do that. I think we can do this.
I will also state that I have plenty of material for Hatch stuff.
Awesome. Because I think designing the t-shirt or like whatever the Hatch t-shirt or hat or whatever is something that you could definitely take on. I think that would look really great, actually. You've sort of been like the designer of the TEC.
So I do have a lot of stuff that people can look through on the side on what we want: hatch shirts and hatch hats and hatch whatever, hatch everything.
Yeah, and maybe we could use token log to vote on the final one, or maybe we could just make it much
That's a
simpler than that.
fantastic idea. I love that idea. I am 100% behind that idea. We make an issue for voting on the hatch shirts and hatch mugs, hatch everything. Yes, I am very much in favor of this.
Okay, cool. I let's see how it goes. Sprint by sprint. Documentation updating, onboarding resources and guide. I open this. Oh, this is adding stuff to Gitbook. Onboarding resources and guide. Do we want to take this on this sprint as part of like refining Gitbook or not? This is the doc.
Is this a new issue or was there forever?
January.
I think we can ignore this document now.
What did you think we can what? The last part I didn't catch.
Ignore it.
We're ignoring it. It's officially ignored. Let's put it in the icebox. Review Fisherman's log, TEC, GitHub org name change. Oh, the GitHub name change. We pull that into the sprint.
Yes.
I think I'm going to take it because I feel like it will probably be easier than if I have somebody else try to do it. But I will need a lot of help from people in terms of helping change documentation and stuff. And I will figure out the right plan for that.
Yeah. We just need to decide on a name. It's not that important. It just needs to change.
Well, and again, I'll need this too for token log.
Yeah. Okay. Create a lightweight process to track and support new contributors and sort of decide if we should create a community management work. Those two are kind of tied together. We have a contributor, a new volunteer who may be able to do this. Livia and I are meeting her next week, or going to speak with her next week about it. So I think we pull this into the sprint because we need something to track the people that are coming in, especially as we're getting new people. I've been keeping just a doc with notes in it, but it's not optimal to do that. And I'm finding it difficult to share that information and, then get back to the person or find the right person to get back to that person. I mean, this is it. We did it. There's this one thing. I think Christopher is going to take this on the iPhone. tecommons.org is pretty, it renders just badly. Our website's probably not the thing most people will look at, but it would be nice to fix this. So maybe we'll pull this into the sprint too, as Christopher usually turns things around super fast. I would be surprised if he doesn't finish it this sprint.
Can you just label that with comms so that it doesn't get missed? I mean, Marco sees it, but
it is under the TEC website bug fixes and updates. It's under the Epic. That should be under comms, but I have no. Yeah, absolutely. I'll label it. So that's it. Wow. Okay. I love that we finished this. That was pretty smooth. Usually we name our sprints. Like, I find it hard to name the sprints. I'm thinking we just stick with our numbers. This is sprint 6. So I'd love to hear just maybe a minute, 2 minutes from everyone to close out the sprint. Just how you feel about this next sprint coming up. And if you think we should have a name for the sprint, and, a nice say goodbye for the weekends. And Griff, I'll start with you.
Well, I'm very biased. I want to freeze, like the freezer. Let's freeze this fucking hatch. Also, yeah, I feel like it's a very, at least on the tech params and the garden swarm side, it's a very heavy like hatch oriented. We're going to start voting on hatch parameters. Hopefully, we're going to freeze the hatch and start auditing it. it's like something with the like technical hatch side would be really interesting to me. I'll pass it to, but I don't have like a great hatch freeze or you know, enter the cold or something like that. Could be fun. I'll pass it to Jake.
Yeah, I've been kind of waiting for this moment for like 4 weeks. So and now it's go time. Because just because stuff's frozen, doesn't mean, you know, there's a lot to do, like, and we got to get it done. So we're not waiting on things afterwards. That's my main thing for me as far as params are concerned. I want to make sure we're ready. So when the contracts come back and they get fixed for whatever there is a fix and how long that takes, that we're not waiting on something else. Everybody needs to be ready to go when it's time to go. Obviously things could come up. So, you know, and as far as, the freeze, I just feel like it's go time, INT, in it. You know, it is. It's go time in it. So let's go. We're right there. We are literally right there. So I gotta, something we would say in the field all the time that you never wanted to hear: waiting on you. You didn't want to be that guy. You didn't want to be that guy waiting on you. So that's it. Sorry, God, I never remember to pass it. I'll give it to Juan.
Thanks, Jake. Well, I really like the name of like freezing the freezer or something like that. It sounds really good. And no, I think it was a great sprint. And also I am looking forward to what this one can bring. I will pass to Livia.
Okay. Sorry, it's raining so much. There's water entering from everywhere in my house now. Hard even to listen to you guys. I think the name of this print should. I feel a necessity of like refining stuff, making it more clean, more sophisticated, more like things are in their places. So yeah, refinement. And I pass to such.
I like freezing. I'd go for that. I'll pass it to Septimus.
Thanks, Santi. Yeah, I was thinking something aligned this, and this is from Game of Thrones, but in this village, when it's winter, like we also say, like winter's here. So yeah, something like winter's here, something like that, because of the freeze. I'll pass it to Nate.
Yeah, so I don't have any suggestions for the name of the sprint, but I did want to take this moment to discuss an observation that I've seen in my process of trying to develop the content distribution process and procedures. Is that there are a lot of processes and procedures that need to be established within the TEC, and as I'm doing this, I realize the importance of it. That it incorporates a lot of different working groups and a lot of different members that need to, standardize behavioral norms within the TEC and how we do things. And I think there's needs to be a really big focus on procedures, whether it's internally within working groups and with other general processes overall. But that's just my thoughts on it. So I will pass to who hasn't gone? Jake? Jake's already gone.
I think Santi.
No, Santi just was really quick. I think everyone.
You were not paying attention, buddy. I've already passed. I got you.
Zep, you want to go?
No, Zep went too. I think that's everyone.
Oh, you went already. All right. And Eduardo's not here.
Winter time.
So it's me. So I love this. I mean, I think that there is freeze, go time, refinement, the big freeze, winter skier, procedures. Let's keep it simple and just be like freeze. I mean,
I will say that I love Livia's hair, and that is a huge motivation for me. I love Livia's hair.
yeah. I love Olivia's hair too. Cool. All right. Thanks everyone. Hey, Nate, if you want to stay in chat, I totally would love to hear more. I don't know. We're done with the sprint planning part. And if you have more time, maybe we can continue this conversation. I have 30 more minutes at least.